What's up? What's up? Testing out a new setup here. Wait for a few people to get in here and then I'll get going. What's up, everyone? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Testing out a new setup here. How's my audio? Can someone get into the comments? Appreciate when you guys get into the comments. Let me know how is the audio. Testing out a new mic. Testing out a new camera setup. Testing out a new fake studio. Yeah. I mean, eventually I'm going to build out a studio that looks like this, but I'm just getting started. Let's one step at a time here, guys. Anyways, a few things I want to talk about today. One is, are the trenches back? Are the trenches coming back? Have you guys seen what's going on with ANSEM? I got to pull this up here. So, I don't know. I mean, I know most of my viewers are from the Ethereum community, from the Ethereum world, and from Base especially. But there's some wild stuff going on Solana right now. So if you guys know ANSEM, he's like a big influencer in the Solana space. I guess he didn't launch this token himself. Someone launched a token, sent him 60% of the supply or something like that, and then he endorsed it, and then this token just took off. I think it's currently sitting at I guess $150 million fully diluted valuation, which is absolutely wild. Like, just to like compare this, like Comp, which is a money market on Ethereum, has around $150 million FDV valuation. Also, for those that don't know, FDV just means fully diluted valuation. So this is when you take into account all of the supply of the token, not just what's circulating. But I guess in this case, everything. I'm not sure if they count his wallet as fully circulating. They should. Anyways, it should be fully circulating. The point is, Compound is a money market protocol on Ethereum. It has $480 billion in lifetime deposits and loans done through this protocol. It currently has $1.57 billion in TVL sitting on Comp, and ANSEM has the same FTV market cap as Compound. This is like, I don't know what else to say. Like, it kind of leaves me speechless. Like, it's amazing that these things, like we're getting runners back on chain. That's a good thing. Like, you want to see some like volume liquidity coming back on chain, but like, be careful out there, guys. That's a crazy valuation. But I guess other meme coins and zero utility coins have ran to crazier valuations, so you just got to watch out. But yeah, when it rises this fast, you got to be careful, guys. It could fall just as fast. I think what's propping it up right now is, well, one, there's just not much liquidity on chain. And two, which is something else I've been talking about for a little while. Let me pull this up here. Liquidity is just like very, very concentrated right now. I think in this new age of like AI, capital just moves super fast and concentrates very, very fast. Because all humans and agents are just like moving into like everything, like one or two narratives all at once. So anytime information moves so fast these days, especially with X and all the social platforms that we have, just information travels very, very fast. AIs are picking it up, algorithms are picking it up like within seconds, and you're getting like even like these high frequency traders are just like pushing narratives like super fast, and liquidity just flows very, very fast into like the same ideas. Like, you're seeing it in the stock market right now too. everything's in the AI trade right now. Basically, if you're looking at traditional finance, like everything's moving into like hardware, or like there's like what's the word I'm looking for? Like the semiconductors. Semiconductors have been just eating up like a ton of liquidity, and DRAM and memory and all those sorts of trades in the traditional finance world, and that's just been like sucking up all this liquidity. And then like now the next narrative in traditional finance anyway is these major IPOs that are coming out. Like we just had SpaceX, which launched at like almost $2 trillion, which is absolutely wild. I talked about that on the last live stream. It sucks up so much liquidity. Like there's only so much like spare capital, like on the sidelines, so much dry powder, as they say. So like, and I guess I think my theory is that in this new age of AI and just how fast everything moves, that like everything is just going to be very, very volatile and very, very concentrated. And like the good side of this and the bad side of this, the bad side is that like right now all the capital is like in these AI trades in the traditional markets. The good side of this is narrative shift very, very fast. So yeah, what is super popular today, news cycles move very, very fast, and I think that the narrative can switch very, very fast back to crypto, and then a lot of people are going to be on the sidelines when that shift happens. So I think it's just a matter of time. And I guess that in a roundabout way, that brings me back to this whole ANSEM thing. It's good to see that like you're getting a little bit of this attention back like on chain, because there has been just like very, very low liquidity across on chain right now. So yeah, I mean, if something like ANSEM or these meme coins just like bring a little bit of that attention and focus back to on-chain trades and back to on-chain opportunities, I think that ultimately that's a good thing. Right now, ANSEM has like all the attention as far as crypto Twitter goes, and he did post something here. What did he said something about base here the other day, or was it? Here, I got it on my profile. Actually, I think I retweeted it. Oh, I might as well retweet this while I'm at it. Yeah, here. He gave a little bit of shout out to Base. So this is good to see. Some really cool stuff happening on Base with Venice and Pod. Completely agree. Yeah, I'm a big fan of Venice. Talked about it on past live stream, what they're doing to kind of help with the privacy narrative, and just keeping user data private. I think that's super important what Venice is doing. Big fan of Pod also. Yeah, love what Dolphin's doing. For those that don't know Dolphin, this guy does really, really good posts around it. I think the token's Pod on that one, but it's Dolphin AI. So if you check them out, they're building their own kind of like very specialized AI models. So cool to see like very technically like very like smart people building on Base and building in the crypto world. Actually hoping to talk with the Dolphin guys. I think one of them is possibly going to be coming on in the future, so stay tuned for that. I'll chat with them about everything that they're building, because yeah, big fan of Dolphin and what they're building. These specialized models. I kind of ranted about it on my last live stream there. Koip was in the chat there, and we were talking about how I think that this is how you compete with these big models in the future. I don't think that generalized, it's just a little bit of a hot take here, but I don't think generalized models like win long term. I shouldn't say like there's definitely a space for generalized models. Like as you can see, like generalized models like these LLMs that everybody uses, like ChatGPT, they definitely have a huge use case for just like your general chat, talking every day with your agent and like just trying to figure out. It's like the new Google basically. You ask your agent everything, but like I think that like a majority of the work in the back end will eventually be routed to these kind of specialized models that specialize in certain things. Like you can have these hyper specialized models that are like very good at like say finance. And if so, you can take like the kind of a base model, like a Quen model like they do here, and then just like really specialize it and like hyper train it on like specialized knowledge, like for example like medical use cases, finance use cases, things like that. And I think that then your prompts can one day just be routed through the best available model for what you're asking about. Like if it's finance related, like maybe you want to, like I've done with my agent Charles, maybe you want to create like this like a very good trader. Like my agent Charles, he is, I got to give a shout out to Charles actually. Haven't done it on the live stream yet. Charles here, like he's building quite a few things, but one thing that we're doing is he is like autonomously trading. Like right now, he's already done a couple of trades today on Hyperliquid. He trades perps, and it's like fully autonomous at this point. I don't touch anything at all. I got a guest coming on also to talk about this a little bit because it's a very cool thing. I think a lot of people are going to be going down this path of like trying to get their agents to trade. I know a lot of people are already doing it. Like a lot of people like getting their agents to trade on Poly Market and trying to trade in crypto. And yeah, it's one of the things that we've built. Charles has built here is like he's now fully autonomous. Trades on Hyperliquid, trades perps, trades everything. Like he was trading Google, he was trading gold, he trades crypto coins, he trades everything, long and short, and he does it fully autonomously now. I talked it through with him. I have a little bit of like trading experience. I was a bit of like a macro forex trader before I came into crypto. So he picks my brain and gets all the knowledge, and then like we developed some strategies, and now he's just out there trading on his own. I check in on him every once in a while, but like he does everything himself. Like he places the orders, he's got like stop losses in place, he's got to take profits, he does like trailing stops. It's pretty cool. This is the future of trading. But yeah, like my point was that like you want these hyper specialized kind of models because they're going to be just way better than a generalized model. A generalized model is going to be very intelligent, like have kind of super intelligence across like many fields. But if you can hyper train like a model specifically for trading and like going through all the specialized knowledge about trading and financial markets and like stop losses, take profits, and you want to know like all of this in like great detail, this is where like these specialized models come in handy. And I think that you're going to see a lot more of these specialized models and projects like Dolphin AI, like I said, pop up and be very popular because there's just a lot of use cases around this stuff. I know that Tether also is developing their own kind of specialized models. Tether OG in the space, shout out. They're doing a lot of crazy stuff. I'm a big fan of Tether actually because they are bringing like this unstoppable technology to the world. They started with Tether, like the stable coin, but now they're also working on AI. I think it's called I don't remember now. Anyways, I'll have to look it up another time. But like, yeah, it's they're developing their own kind of like hyper specialized models also, but that are open source, which is super important. And they're making them so that they're small enough to like actually run on any device. I think this is like very unique and very important. Dolphin AI is doing the same. They have these like nano models that are like super small, and you can actually like run them on any device. I think this is very important because like imagine a future where like I don't know, like maybe we do get into like a Cold War era, and maybe some like networks and stuff go down. If you have these like local models that are on your device, on your phone, on your laptop, you don't even need the internet to access them, which is amazing. You can still like chat with your AI, get information without even having internet connection. So I think this is how we truly make things unstoppable, as they say. I think this is one of the big things about crypto that makes it amazing, is that it's unstoppable technology. It's decentralized. It helps democratize the world. It makes everything more fair. Removes middlemen. Removes these centralized powers. Yeah, that's another thing I want to discuss today. Like, so X is launching X Money, which is cool. I mean, it's like another neobank. There's a few of them like in the crypto space also, like crypto.com has their own like kind of neobank. Kraken has one, Coinbase has one, like all the centralized exchanges basically, because it makes sense. X is launching something similar. Like there's better ones also, like EtherFi, which I'm a big fan of EtherFi, good neobank. But like at the end of the day, if you're not built on crypto rails, I don't think it's going to be the future. Like, this is great what X is doing. I think it does make things a little better because it's not like an actual bank, but you still get the FDIC insurance. What is it? Asset safe up to 10 million, which is nice. But like the bad thing about this is that you can be debanked. And we've seen this. Like, I'm Canadian. I grew up in Canada. And there was just like a giant scandal up there during like the pandemic era, where if you were protesting, the government like basically like seen like who was at these protests, like visually identified them through facial recognition, and then like debanked them, like basically like froze your assets, and you no longer had access to your own money. This is like one of the main things that I got into crypto for, is like I just really don't like the centralization of power that's happening with governments, with corporations also, but like I think the worst part is with governments, and I just think that this is all leading to a very, very bad place, and we need more decentralization. We need to limit the power of the government, and I'm just a strong believer in everything moving on chain, and making a more fair place for everybody because of it. Because yeah, like this Jay guy said, you can, like with this new X money, you can be debanked. Like we've all ran into people who've had their accounts suspended, and like as much as I love X, I love Elon, I love everything that he's building. I like super grateful to X, because I think the world would be in a much more censored place without X. So shout out to Elon for everything you've done. But like I would love to see him adopt crypto rails, like with this new X money, because like you can't be at the I mean, like at the grace of the government or these centralized authorities with access to your own money. Like if your X gets suspended, and like I've talked to people who've had like suspended X accounts, and it's very hard to like get your account back. And if all of a sudden you've got like, imagine you've got like 50K locked up in X money, and all of a sudden your account gets suspended and you can't get a hold of like X support and they're not giving your account back to you, like cool, that means you just lost access to all your money also. So yeah, I mean, that's scary. And then, yeah, like I was saying about what happened in Canada back in, I think it was 2020 or 2021, like people just being debanked because of having the wrong political ideals. That's unacceptable. That in the new modern world that we're going into, I can't see a future where everything's not on crypto rails. Like as long as humans have a voice and the masses' voice matters, I think eventually everyone's going to see that, like all finance, all money, everything needs to be moved on chain, because it's the only way to create this fair society that is fair for everybody. So yeah, anyways, what else I want to bring up? The markets are crashing again. When is the bottom in? That is the big question. I think there's a couple things going on right now. One thing that's happening specifically today, which I've been paying attention to, is the Japanese yen. So for those that aren't into the macro world, the reason the Japanese yen gets talked about in macro trading so much is because of how much reserves the Japanese government has in the U.S. stock market and like U.S. like assets. I believe they're the largest holder of U.S. treasuries in the world, which is absolutely wild. And as part of the reserves that the Japanese government, or I should say the Japanese central bank, holds, they also hold like stocks, like tech stocks. There's some rumors that they also hold like crypto assets. They could have crypto exposure through ETFs. I wouldn't be surprised if they're holding like Bitcoin ETF as part of their reserves also. So when this happens, when the Japanese yen just starts collapsing as it is, they need to sell these reserves. They have to sell in order to basically safeguard their national currency, the yen. So right now, Japanese yen is at like its worst level since 1986, which means that they're going to have to do some sort of intervention again here soon. And when you hear that the Japanese central bank is going to have to do intervention, what that means is that they're going to have to sell assets from their reserves. They're going to have to sell treasuries. They're going to have to sell like the tech stocks or whatever holdings that they have exposure to, which could also include like crypto exposure. So this is where you see people trying to front run this, and they start selling their stocks and like whatever kind of exposure that they think that the Japanese central bank may have and may start selling in large quantities soon. This gets front run. And then, so this circles back to what I was talking about before, where everything in this AI age is just super fast and concentrated. I think this happens, like people try to front run, and then the AI agents and the algos just start kicking in, and they jump on this momentum, and things just spiral out of control very fast. So anyways, from like I think that's one of the factors that's happening right now. And then of course, this whole Michael Saylor business is the other thing that's happening right now. So for those that aren't paying attention, Michael Saylor's been in a little bit of trouble. Everything's all fine and dandy when we're in a bull market, but like when we're in a bear market, like how we are right now, this is where these models really get tested, and like what he's built with strategy is being tested hard right now. And I think a lot of people are on the sidelines, even if there is like dry powder or capital that wants to come into crypto right now or into Bitcoin. I think people are having a hard time justifying putting capital in right now if Michael Saylor all of a sudden has to be a forced seller. This is another major factor that's happening. Is right now, like today, he just announced, I think it was yesterday. He announced that they're up to 2.55 billion in USD reserves right now. And they announced that they have the ability or authorization to sell up to 1.25 billion of BTC. So yeah, who wants to put new dry powder, new capital into Bitcoin if Michael Saylor is going to be selling $1 billion worth of it in the near future? So I think this is another thing that's just really holding back the markets right now. Bitcoin is really struggling. Where are we at? It's in at 58,000 right now. I would not be surprised if we are near bottom. I think we're definitely near bottom. I think the lowest that we go this cycle, at least in Bitcoin, is like around 50K, and we're not too far off that. What is that, 10-15%, just under 20% off that. So yeah, I don't know, maybe if we're not at the bottom right now, then I think we're very near it. Maybe we get one more flush out, as market makers typically like to do. They like to flush out any leverage that remains in the system. And so yeah, maybe we get one more wipeout, and then things start to build back up from here. The good thing about Michael Saylor's announcement here is that they now have, what is it, $3 billion worth of dividend coverage. So just to explain this in a little bit more detail. So basically how Michael Saylor has things set up right now is they've got this, he's got his master stock, which he has been using to like sell some of the stock. That's the regular shares, in order to like fund this reserve, because the reserve is what covers the dividend for the other preferred stock. I don't remember what it's STRC. That's the handle. STRC is the preferred shares, and those preferred shares get paid a dividend. Right now, I think it's around like 12% annually that they have to pay out to these preferred shares. And how do you fund that dividend? Well, you have to either like sell master stock to raise USD, or you have to sell your Bitcoin reserves. So he's authorized up to 1.25 billion of BTC to be sold if needed. But I mean, the good thing about this is, like I said, they've got about 26 months now of reserves to cover that dividend. So at least that takes a little bit of sell pressure off of the next, I don't know. I wouldn't say 26 months, because the closer we get, markets are always like very future looking. So the closer we get to that, the more scared people are gonna get. But basically, this gives a little bit of like a little bit of runway until the bull market can return, I would say. So as long as he can like use these USD reserves to fund the yield for at least the next like few months until the bull market starts to kick back in, I think everything will be fine. So maybe markets are all about like confidence. So if this gives the markets a little bit of confidence that there won't be a little like selling for a little while, and as long as things are going up, then it's easy, at least for Michael Saylor. So anyways, that's my thoughts on what's going on with the markets right now. But yeah, curious to hear anybody else's feedback. What's going on? Anything else exciting in the markets right now? Get into the live chat. Hit me up. Yeah, that's basically everything that's happening right now. There's a little bit of liquidity, a little bit of fun coming back to the trenches with these meme coins. They're also dangerous because a lot of people get wiped out, so be careful with that. But yeah, that's basically it. I got some pretty good guests lined up over the next few weeks here. So stay tuned. Going to be bringing on some fun interviews. So make sure you follow. Started this new account. It's only got 15 followers right now. So get in there. Come on, I've got like 63,000 followers on my X right now. So a few of you, if you want to get in, follow EPU. The more viewers we get in here, the more subscribers, the better it is for me bringing in more guests. So, but we've got some pretty cool guests lined up. So stay tuned over the next few weeks here. Going to bring in some good interviews. In the meantime, I'm going to get on here and I'm going to live stream every time there's stuff to talk about, give you my opinion on what's happening, give you kind of a bigger picture look at where crypto's all going, how you can use it, crypto and AI, to escape the permanent underclass that's coming. So yeah, appreciate you guys. Thanks for tuning in. Let me know what you hit me up in the comments. If there's like specific guests you want to see me interview, happy to get in some fan picks here, and let me know what you think of the new setup. And yeah, talk to you guys soon. Peace out.